Hey, this is 365 Honest Questions About the Bible. I'm your long-suffering host, Dante Stack, and this is episode 2. If you're the type of person that likes to follow along as we're reading through stuff, we're going to be in Leviticus chapter 16, alright? Look it up. Here we go. Episode 2, starting now. According to RottenTomatoes.com, of the 42 films Denzel Washington has acted in that's listed there, only 14 of those are scored as rotten. That's a pretty darn good success rate. However, in 1998, he starred in a film called Fallen, a suspense thriller about a demon spirit named Azazel who goes from person to person committing horrible crimes. In the film, the spirit transfers from person to person, possessing them by means of touch. So anytime the spirit wants to hijack another person's body, all he has to do is touch the next person. It's a pretty cool concept as far as, supernatural detective stories go. Unfortunately, the film itself, I don't think, executed that idea very, well. It turned out to be kind of a silly thing. But here's the point. The film uses the name Azazel as its starring demon. And that's the question of this second episode. Who or what is Azazel, and what is it doing in Leviticus chapter 16? That is our question to ponder, that is our bridge to walk over, that is our cross to bear. So, here we go. Leviticus is the third book of the Bible, regarded as being written or scripted down by the prophet Moses, and specifically Leviticus tends to be mostly just laws. That's why we call them Levitical laws, passed down to the Israelites from God. And most of those laws are about how to establish themselves as a people and remain holy. Now, if you know anything about Jewish culture, you know they're really big into traditions and especially holiday events. Leviticus 16 goes into how to do Yom Kippur, or as we would say in English, the Day of Atonement. So it's these regulations as to how to do sacrifices and how to make that day holy and special and set aside. God is giving commandments to Aaron, the high priest of Israel, and I'm going to jump into the scripture right here at Leviticus 16, verses 6 through 10. Aaron shall offer the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. Then he shall take the 2 goats and set them before the Lord at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And Aaron shall cast lots over the 2 goats, one lot for the Lord and the other lot for Azazel. And Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for the Lord, and use it as a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell for Azazel shall be presented alive before the Lord to make atonement over it, that it may be sent away into the wilderness to Azazel. Okay, so the narrative says you need to take 2 goats. One goat's going to be given to God, the other goat to Azazel, whatever that is. The verses that follow the section I just read go into what to do, how to sacrifice the goat to be given to God. Then I'll pick it up here in verse 20 for further instructions as to what to do to this other goat. And when he has made an atonement for the holy place in the tent of meeting and the altar, he shall present the live goat. And Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, and confess over it all the iniquities of the people of Israel, and all their transgressions, all their sin. And he shall put them on the head of the goat, and send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a man who was in readiness. The goat shall bear all their iniquities on itself to a remote area, and he shall let the goat go free in the wilderness. Bam! That's it. There's one more reference to Azazel a few verses later, but this is it. There are 4 instances of this word Azazel in the whole Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. This is it, right here in this chapter. This sort of thing happens from time to time where we have these old Hebrew words used in the Bible, and the most common way to deal with that is to look and find other passages in the Bible and see, okay, what are the 2 or more contexts of the use of this word, and then we can kind of put together a meaning from that. Of course, here, we just have the one piece of context, just the one instance, not a lot of biblical context there. And by not a lot, I mean not really any context, except this one weird passage about what to do with this weird goat.